Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of DML. So today we are going to be hatching our first ever Divine Dragon. So this is the Hermes Dragon that we got out of the Dragolympus Rising event. And I have to say I love his colours, and Divine is like a weird sort of steely grey colour on the left hand side there. But the Hermes Dragon is always ready to deliver a message to the Vikings: surrender or prepare to be returned to sender. And I have to say, he's really cute, a very adorable little dragon, and he has the same elements as the Pixie Dragon, excluding the Divine, so that is wind and plant. And, you know, we did intend on using the Pixie in our other team, so you never know, I may end up using this Hermes as part of our maiden team as well. Because at the end of the day, I have sort of been like, oh, do we use him, do we not? But his elements are actually quite good. But he looks amazing in this divine habitat as well. Like, he is a divine dragon, so you can only place him into a divine habitat, of course. But in general, he works the exact same as other dragons, but you don't need a temple to level up divine dragons. So with the 5.2 million food that we have right now, we can literally just level him up until we run out of food. And I'm just going to do that today just to show you that we don't need temples, we don't need anything like that. Because they haven't brought out any divine temples, which is, you know, great if you don't want to have to bother with all that mess. But, you know, very decent dragon, I would say. Like, not as good as the Zeus, of course, because the Zeus is insane. But, you know, just in general, he is a good dragon. So, even having him at level 36, I don't think is going to harm us, even if we don't choose him at the end of the day. But, you know, I'm happy that we finally got ourselves a divine dragon, and now that he is this level, we can awaken his elements. So let's go and awaken his wind element for 750,000 gold, and that does take 24 hours, so we can't actually do anything with him for the next 24 hours, but, you know, there you have it. There's our first divine dragon. We got him with plenty of time, and then we do also have the Hades dragon, which is sitting in the hatchery. Another day to go until he's ready. But the reason these two dragons were ready is because I put the money on for the clan the other day, and I was gonna use it for the divine chests, like in the divine chest event, but it costs way too much money to unlock all of these dragons. So as much as I really want this Leviathan, I'm actually just not even gonna bother with these divine chests. So I used most of the gems on my VIP instead, which does mean that the time has got cut down by like a day, which is immensely good for divine dragons, since they take, what was it, 4 days and 20 hours to hatch, which is not the best. Like, it's already insane enough trying to hatch all of these blooming legendaries and that, and then they're just like, oh yeah, for divines it takes like 50% longer to hatch and breed those. Oh, wonderful. So when people end up breeding the Aphrodite, when she becomes a Dragon of the Week in like 2 weeks or so, you know, people are going to be like, what is this, like, 4-day breeding time? And I'm going to be like, well, you've been in for a nice surprise. Enjoy not doing anything with your breeding for the next 3 days, or 4 days, or whatever. But regardless, I hope that you managed to get a hold of those divine dragons as well. Obviously, if you wanted to spend the money on these divine chests and you've already got yourself the Poseidon, then he does have the water and void elements, which I don't particularly like, if I'm being honest. I don't really like the Poseidon that much, so I'm not going to bother. The Ares is going to be available towards the end of this new boss challenge event in all likelihood, so, you know, at the end of the day, we're all going to get the Hypnos, or most of us anyway, so that's like 3 divine dragons minimum that everyone's going to get a hold of if you manage to do the castle event. So, you know, I'm not going to complain too much. But I had no idea about some of the bugs that were going on with the boss challenge as well, but apparently there are quite a few rollback issues, so I'm not sure what is going to happen regarding that event, because, you know, I went through yesterday and just did the entire event in like 10 minutes, and that was it. So we didn't get affected personally by any rollback issues. We just went through, got through everything. We just spent the gems to get through it, because again, I've never seen an event like that in my life, so I just wanted to be like, well, if we can get it done in 10 minutes, that's better than it taking like 3 days. So That was good for us, but at the same time, we had rollback issues in the Dragolympus Rising event that every Windows player pretty much was affected by, and now rollback issues with this event. Yeah, I can understand why people are a little bit upset at the moment. Like, people always say, Quacks, why are you always defending people? No, I defend companies when there's a reason to defend them. But in this instance, rollback issues are a pain in the arse. And if nothing gets done to sort of extend the events, or some sort of compensation to, like, sort of fix or rectify the issues, then, I don't really agree with that. And I forgot that now that we have VIP, we have auto battle tickets. Hallelujah! Jesus, they would have been so useful during the castle event. Oh, wow. That's one of the things that I always forget. Auto battle tickets get you so much. And at the same time, now that we have VIP, we get the second purple chest with rewards as well, which means we're earning more food, we're earning more gold, and stuff like that. So, there are quite a few games where VIP seems kind of pointless or fruitless, but they really do make the VIP worth it in this game, and sometimes I really forget just, how good it is. But anyway, that's all about VIP tickets used. While we're here, I also wanted to mention the Instagram sweepstakes that is currently ongoing. So, in the Instagram sweepstakes, I'll go through it with you right now, but they are giving away 20 divine tickets to anyone that wins the event. So if you are someone that really wants all those divine dragons, this is an insane sort of sweepstakes. Like, gems get you stuff in game, that's pretty obvious, but 20 divine tickets? That is like almost a fourth of what you need to fully deplete the chest. So it's not like you unlock everything, but it's definitely useful. But anyone interested in some divine tickets, let's join our sweepstakes and get a chance to win 20 of them. So, how to enter. During the promotion period, follow the account at Dragomania Legends and like this post, this submission. Follow the account at Dragomania Legends and like the promotion post to receive one entry into the sweepstakes. If you do not have an account on Instagram, you must create one by following instructions on Instagram.com. And creating an account is free. So, how long is the promotion period? The tickets to Dragolympus Sweepstakes starts on the 13th of September and ends on the 20th. Winners will be drawn on the 21st. And the prizes are 10 chosen winners will be awarded 20 divine tickets. The winners will be selected randomly by the team and shortly contacted via PM. And then there's the official rules and everything there, and then there's like hashtag tickets to Dragolympus, hashtag DML and stuff like that. But essentially all that you have to do is create an Instagram account and like the post and follow their page, It's not like you have to do anything too crazy or you have to like make your own artwork and submit it, it's pretty simple. Because, like, I saw someone earlier post on Facebook, like, but I don't want to make an account, so what do I do if I want to win? Well, that's your own choice if you don't want to make an account. Like, I don't see how that is Gameloft's issue if you're the one that doesn't want to, create a free account that you can throw away after the event's over, That's not anyone else's fault but your own. So if you're so dead set on not creating an Instagram account, you got no one else to blame but yourself if you just don't want to potentially win quite a lot of money's worth of divine tickets. Because, people have been trying to do the math on how many chests it takes to fully deplete the divine chest pools and that, and get all the dragon pieces. And apparently, assuming that the decorations aren't shared between chests, it's around about $500 worth of gems that you need to spend if you want to have 100% certainty that you are going to get all of those divine dragons. And, that's a lot of money. So, any extra divine tickets that you can get a hold of is going to make your life a lot easier. And plus, you could save all 20 of those until the Zeus or the Phaestus dragons become available if you don't like the Poseidon, and just waste them all on him. Because quite a few people have been like, no, if you don't spend your divine tickets this week, you won't be able to use them in the next weeks. I don't remember the game saying anything of the sort. Like, from what I've seen, they say that the divine tickets disappear after the end of the entire divine event. So that is in like 2.5, 3 weeks, whenever it is. So if you really want the Zeus Dragon, just start saving up your divine gacha tickets now. Don't spend any of them on the Poseidon. Like, I really wanted the Leviathan and the Scarab Dragons, but I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, because the Zeus is like the strongest dragon in the game, I want him. But all I wanted to spend was the clan bundle, and you know it's going to cost a lot more than that if I wanted to get even one of the divine dragons this time around. So personally, I don't think we're going to be getting any of the divine dragons on this account, like any of the new ones, which is that's a feels bad, man. But, that's my decision at the end of the day. If I don't want to spend the money to unlock those dragons, that is no one else's fault but my own. I don't want to have to waste that money. But, at the same time, I've always held this stance with these sorts of games that it's fine to have pay-to-win aspects in a game as long as, for their special events, they are still able to be completed if you are really dedicated without spending money. Obviously, with these divine chests, they're not technically a event per se, like a castle event or a solo event. So in that regard, I guess they're kind of more like clan dragons in the case of if you open more of those card packs using gems, you're more likely to unlock them straight away, which is the case with these divine dragons. But like I said, I am not too fond of the whole only pay to win is the complete, utterly only way to obtain in-game items. Like, it's fine if you make it so that a free-to-pay player has to play for like weeks and weeks and maybe a month longer than a pay-to-win person to get that reward, but completely cutting off a free-to-play player from being able to get the strongest dragons in the game, that is definitely not something I agree with at all. I feel like that is an absolutely terrible thing that they have decided to do on their part, because we did get confirmation from Andrus, admittedly on the forums. They did say that if we wanted everything in the chest, that we would have to pay money. They've never lied about that. But I think someone else mentioned this as well. What they failed to tell the players was the fact that you can only get about 20% of the chest content without having to spend money. So that is like 80%, like around about, maybe a little bit less, that you have to get by paying real world cash. And I wish I was exaggerating when I say that, but I genuinely, from what everyone seems to be calculating, and it seems to be pretty legit, but that definitely seems to be the case, and, that is not going to be great. I don't know how many of you have looked on Facebook or on the forums in general recently, but people are just unanimously not very pleased about this change. Like, some people already have the Poseidon. Some people had the Poseidon on day one. And, if they want to spend the money, that is fine. I completely agree that if you have the money to put into a game like this, you deserve those rewards, because this is how those games work. But again, cutting off free-to-play players as an entirety, it's kind of disgusting in a way, like. But, that's how these games function. I've never defended games like this. It's why other mainstream games, or like free-to-play games, or cheap games like The Binding of Isaac, for anyone that's ever played that, you can get hundreds and hundreds of hours of fun out of that game for like 10 quid, or however much it is. The game Paladins, that a few of you have probably heard me mention before, is completely free, and that game has given me 400 hours of playtime, of fun. More fun than I get playing this game. And CSGO, you can buy that for like 3 quid sometimes whenever it's on sale, and you can get thousands of hours out of a game like that. But that's just the difference between mainstream games and mobile games, which is the reason why I don't defend them. And I don't understand why people only suddenly realize what this game is like when stuff like this happens. Like, I've been saying this all along, This is how these games operate. They will always... Oh, this sucks. Why have you done this to me? We can't do this fight. But I don't understand why you get your knickers in such a twist when stuff like this happens, when it's always been like that to begin with. It's just sometimes they make decisions that are a little bit worse for the free-to-play market of players. So, you know, for now, that is basically what's been going on. If you visit the forums or anywhere else, you'll just see a bunch of angry people, like, saying, how dare you do this to your player base, and I expected better of you, even though you've been doing this all along. But, you know, people are kind of stupid sometimes, so what can I say? I'm not surprised by it. But either way, for now, I'm going to keep waiting for this guy and get all of his elements unlocked, and maybe we'll see him on our main team. So I'll keep making as much food as we can, because I do have some one-day food in, so we'll get quite a lot out of that. And stop beeping at me, Mr. Train! Or stop choo-chooing at me. I don't know if that's a new feature with the train, but every time it comes on your screen, it legitimately does choo-choo now. I don't remember if it used to. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it does make a noise, but... Anyway, for now, good luck with the boss challenge. I hope that you're not suffering from too many rollback issues. If you are, go on the forums and post your server, recruitment codes, stuff like that, and they will help your game in some way, I don't know, but they're asking everyone to send them in to sort of fix the event for everyone else. So, if you do that, it'll probably help everyone overall. But in general, good luck with the element restrictions as well. Good luck if you're trying to get these dragon pieces in as little chests as possible. It is very painful, but for now, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.